I want to talk about what it's like to be a trans teenager who doesn't have the words to describe their experience, because it sucks. And this is why so many of us trans adults are fighting so hard for the rights of trans kids. I didn't learn the word non-binary until later in high school. Growing up and going through puberty as a person who turned out to be non-binary, I just thought I was wrong. Like, puberty's rough for everybody and we all go through changes, but I could tell that my peers were like experiencing some amount of joy and affirmation from some of those changes, whereas as my body was changing, I was just finding it increasingly horrifying and I wanted to crawl out of my skin. And I had no idea what this was, and I thought there was just something wrong with me personally. And it led me to hate myself. I was really, really depressed. When I learned what being non-binary was, I was like, I'm not the only one. I'm just the only one that I know of. All of a sudden, I came to understand that I wasn't the one in the wrong and that there was something different about me, but that wasn't a problem. And I should actually look into it and eventually learn to like it. From age 17 onward, I've been knowing I was non-binary and recovering from the psychic damage of growing up as a trans teen without the words for it. Kids now are learning these words younger, which means that they get to figure out who they are earlier and not go through that long extended period of hating themselves and feeling like the only person who's different. That's so big. Being trans and being non-binary doesn't have to be synonymous with extended suffering. These kids and these teens who are identifying as trans are not too young to know it. I knew I was different from that young. It's just that they now have these frameworks to work from, and now they have ways to explore their identities that isn't so covered in shame. For these kids to be accessing this level of self-discovery that a lot of trans people my age and older only got to access as older teens to adults, that's so good. Then, for cisgender adults in positions of power in the government to be saying, no, you shouldn't then be able to access the medical care you need. You must suffer. Suffering is mandatory for trans teens. We hope that you have such a hard time existing that you cease to exist. That's just so fundamentally cruel to an innocent demographic of vulnerable teens, of teens going through something that's pretty hard to go through as a teen. How dare they? How dare we let that happen? And if you're a trans teen out there, I am so sorry that this is happening. I swear it gets better and we're going to win.